I have no idea if my microphone is working. Please let me know if you can hear me. But I am so excited to be finally back to playing this game. I absolutely adored my time with this Canto last time, and I'm really hoping, given that there is, I want to say 6 levels left, I finish it this time. 12, 19, 7. There'd be 7 levels left. This one, it's gotta be this shipping container. And in here be the LCD team captain. I thought I was done. Aw, this guy looks pretty cute. I like him. Another Limbus company member. Good to see somebody from the company. Can't wait for them to die in a couple of seconds, as Limbus company members are wont to do. Name's Pilot, LCCB Preliminary Observation Unit 3 Assistant Manager. Okay, well this has given us a whole slew of information on Limbus Company's operations. Preliminary Observation 3 Assistant Manager. How many units do they have? Do they have an assistant manager and a manager? Wait, you're not the team leader? But the capture the LCCB team leader. Hey, I'm right here. What's up with the obvious disappointment? Anyways, thank you for saving my life. There's stories about y'all. The LCB, huh? What kind of story, I wonder? Hope you didn't get them from Effie and Sod. They won't have anything nice to say about us, that's for sure. Acquaintances and likes. I've been a huge fan ever since I joined the company. Why y'all looking at me like that? Long story short, there's a whole other mess with this other guy who claimed to be a fan. So yeah, you gotta understand. Excuse me? What? What are they talking about? Oh, and I have a message to you guys. Hey, you guys are running around somewhere with headless chickens and everything up. I'm assuming this is words. Time for oof. Oof. Message exactly as she said it. Intonations and all. She said it. Watch out. Don't you think it might be better to start with, and I quote, and tell you who the C is? Abbreviations and omissions are two completely different things. Oh, it's life, fledgling. This once. Who C? Of course, it's none other than Manager Miss Sod herself. Excuse me. What? Huh? Exactly. Sod is he's still not ready, but just in the time and treated her saving her life. Oh, God. You can survive. That's like one character who actually gets to make. Wasn't a promotion. Manager saw to me all couldn't make it on account of being on a different mission. I'm glad she's okay. Me too. Also, I wonder what other Limbus company is on. We know about anything they do aside from this and the distortion team. Is Sod okay? Of course. She lives recovery, but she's healthy enough to eat some grub and hold conversation. It's great, but I was asking because she lost her partner right before her eyes. Oh. Pilot produced a piece of old folded paper and began from it. This is a reminder to all LCB employees. We, the Before team, are assigned to the paramount task of clearing the path before anyone else does. Every bloodied step, every flesh given, becomes another stepping stone for your fellow Limbus Company employees to follow into their. That's the very first line from the new hires training guide we were issued. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the sacrifices we make. Most of my coworkers at LCCB all want to make a quick buck before quitting and say I'm the outlaw. Your sacrifice? Seriously? Now, what? You want sardine well flavored ice cream? No way, me too. Why don't we head out and grab together? Hey, let me go. How are you so strong? See, strong? Me. Why are you grabbing crack? Well, just in case you get into another fight. I decided to sneak away from them from a distance. You see, you gotta bring down the mood like that. We saved life, didn't we? I understand things are a bit rough right now, but be more patient, okay? Rodian, that back there, that's indoctrination. They're brainwashing them. Okay. I'm a bit divided on this one because, yes, it is indeed totally just indoctrination. But on the other hand, who is someone? It's the city. It basically just ends up being can't be really playing this guys are going to be good. Really just throwing them. And they need a way to endure it now. Some people from paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes they just don't have a choice. Hear out our overzealous friend. How about that? Don't talk down to me like you're coddling some baby. We're not that close, Rodian. But I'll listen, just this once. Fine. Rodian seemed to notice that I was following them all along. She signaled a wink, and I was able to return to the other citizens' work before they did. It seems interesting, so learning a bit more about Limbus Company as a whole and how they operate, which I'm very interested in seeing. I hope we'll get some more dialogue from this guy, and also hoping that he won't die immediately. Alright, and it's another story level. I really don't need the whole big stockpile of Enkeflin I already have. Just as the of that ice cream hunt done, Canto. You have to have noticed that we walked 5 feet away. She's like this, not where we walk. Maybe they put a round mermaid in there. Round mermaid? Ice cream? Oh, I had an audience, huh? Pilot. Also, why is your name Pilot? I mean, I can't just say why your name is what your name is. That's not the naming convention. The naming convention is random American and/or Korean and/or other European names. Pilot is a name in any culture. Hush off! Huh? Or suffer the ablation for. Yeah, I can see why this guy is so scared. I appreciate you translating it. I feel a bit better. You reminded me a lot of our LCCB4 team director just now. Must be a hell of a boss, huh? Hey, I know that, so. That's classic. Heh. Oh, are you also familiar? Where do I begin? It took us a hot minute to actually pinpoint the location of a branch housing the Golden Owl, actually. The team ran a pretty but the Twitch U-Corp factory caught a sniffed. But we wasn't your lad. This is to be the cheapest oil of the great. Ooh. Oh, that's not telling me that this whale oil of dubious origin. How much? Wait, yeah, no wonder you put in their faces. Okay, in my those folks are all blind. I mean, couldn't you just put them in Dell, though? But thorough search, identify the actual branch. Did you vote about? No, birds didn't know they didn't. Before we got here. Wait, what? Yep, that golden light too. They have 3 members. So what the hell? Get all the way to the back himself. Anything. Didn't know what that meant. That was even from it's just fascinating. You are so easily need to fight everyone, then why do we do this mission from the goal? There's plenty of reconnaissance teams encounter abnormalities and get wiped out in the process. Considering the mission of resounding success when... So those first follow you guys there. Team leader Haru was out of the ordinary. Interrupts opposing parties happen all the time. But... So, I don't really care what you're doing all the way out this creaky set. This gentleman is rather curious what you're up to. Tag along. Here, first time starting a story. That's when I heard the weapon slip out of our team leader's hand and on the ground. Our team leader is an experienced agent with a decorated track record. He just give up with that. It's not the kind to be so easily. Turned to look at her, and the look on her face was, I said, it was a look of nace. Would I be correct in assuming that she had something to say at that moment? Miss failed. Verbatim. You see, to immediately give up with that. Officer in the middle shouldn't be here. Again, verbatim. Okay, so we're getting to actually properly fight the middle. That'll be interesting. I'm guessing the guy had like a huge fancy tattoo that glowed purple. Huh? How do you know? That was the very first thing I noticed about him, actually. That weird-looking purple glowing tattoo. Still, I thought that maybe, just maybe, we had a shot. We're Unit 3, after all. We weren't no slouches, and we had some impressive names with us. You didn't. And I do not recall much more after that. When I came to, I was on the floor, face down. Oh hey, this is the scene from the trailer. First I thought I'd gone deaf and couldn't hear a thing. You know, like when a bomb goes off right next to you, your ears start ringing and all. Thought I'd burst my eardrums. But it wasn't it, no. It was my team shouting and screaming and screaming and screaming, and all of it combined into some incomprehensible cacophony. Just couldn't register that at first. Once I recognized that, I also noticed a deep rumbling echoing underneath all that. Bizarre, terrible rumbling, like the sound of it was echoing from a place far away from the bands. Bizarre rumbling? Yes, ma'am. It was almost like a distant explosion, and it seemed like others were picking up on that odd noise too. The pirate suddenly started acting all nervous. Even Big Mother from the middle was rattled. Big Brother, I mean. Alright, that makes more sense. They all called him the Big Brother? Do you hear that right? Yes, there really was a big fist looking out for the pirates. Yes, ma'am, loud and clear. They called him Big Brother. I wonder how those fools are doing nowadays. Take only the high-value hostages. We're leaving, now. That right there was one of the 5 calamities. You have to book it before that thing gets here. We're all dead meat if we don't. Okay, so they're on the lake somewhere. Some kind of... Apparently there's 5 calamities. And there's also 5 major ports. I wonder if there's any linkage there. Although while we're also at it, there's also 5 syndicates. Or 5 big syndicates. So, could just be that that's a good number. I don't know. One last thing I remember is our team leader. Right before I lost consciousness, the team leader, check her employee card badge to my chest when the pirates weren't looking. Back then, I didn't understand what she was doing, but now that I had some time to think about it, she just did that so I'd look more valuable, so they take me hostage instead of leaving me to die. Me, who's just a rookie. To summarize, every LCTB agent was either injured or unconscious. The middle got involved out of nowhere, and it was this calamity that even the middle bloke was scared of. Can you give us the coordinates to the Lobotomy Corp branch, Mr. Pilot? Oh, of course! The pilot produced a piece of paper that had been folded over many times and handed it over to Faust. It's all right there, ma'am. Down to every last bit of detail you'll need. I hid it from them to the best of my abilities. Glad I was able to complete my mission at least. Wait, that calamity. Was there anything else about it that stood out? There's gotta be more. Pale. It was white, an off-color white, unlike anything I'd ever laid my eyes on before. It was that towering and pallid, that rumbling. I'm sure I've heard of it before. Ah, right, it reminded me of U-Corp's singularity. That rumbling sounded a lot like them tuning forks when they combined stuff together. Yeah, almost there. Let me tag along with y'all. I can be your guide in the Lobotomy Corp branch. Indeed, this was to be a joint operation with the LCCB where they were supposed to accompany us to the Lobotomy Corp branch. What is your decision, Dante? Personally, I'd say just don't bring him. Like, what good is he gonna do? What he's going to do is he's going to die for shock value because that's all anyone does in this game. That's why we have the LCCB, is just to get killed. I'd rather if he just doesn't come at all. Tell him that while I appreciate his offer, I decline! Yes, Dante, good decision. Thank you. Dante doing something smart for once. People that get involved with us often don't make it out in one piece. I'm just gonna screenshot it. You just saved your life, mate. Show some gratitude. Thank you. Mr. Pilot, remain on standby until the after team arrives. Then return to base and report your findings. Ah, so they declined, huh? The stories are true. I don't hear nothing but the ticking of their clock. Whether there's about us, I'm glad. Getting some attention. Executive Manager, and their endless generosity is also designed to thank you for your offer. Remember that as you return. Alright. Well, then, best of luck to y'all. That's all I needed. Bye. Ismail was the first to leave the room. This meeting was pretty short-lived. But say hello to Saad for us, will ya? And please tell her that I'm thankful for what she did for us. Back then, I couldn't bring myself to tell her even that. I'll be sure to tell her that. You have endured well despite the tribulations, Pilot. Aw, Yi sang, how kind of ya. It appeared to me that he deserved such words. I want to see my team again. You were all so kind to me being the rookie of the team and all. Maybe there are survivors at the Lobotomy Corp branch. I mean, I hope there's at least one. It'd be cool to meet some new characters. Pilot's eyes, which had been welling up for a while, eventually broke like a dam. Tears flowed down to his cheeks to the ground. This is a really... The art style looks a bit different on this image, huh? Interesting. Don't hate it, though. But it's definitely very different. But aw, that's... I feel so bad for the poor guy. We shall bring them home. You have my word. And mine, too. We won't fail again. And of course, Ismail is off being Ismail. I have examined the variable coordinates Mr. Pilot provided us. But what exactly are variable coordinates? Ships beyond a certain magnitude, like our Lobotomy Corp branch or the Marlin port, receive partial laws of the Great Lake in an encrypted form from U-Corp. U-Corp holds a strict monopoly on the intel regarding the laws of the Great Lake within the nest. Of course, the vessels that receive that intel pay various prices for that privilege. They use that partial information to calculate at which location their vessels must be during which specific period to ensure a safe voyage, and finalize it into a standard form known as variable coordinates. This lake is so goddamn complicated. Like, why would you even stay on it? Like, What is the point to being in here? I mean, I guess resources. There seems to be a lot of resources. Port ships often send out their coordinates to other vessels as they want to host as many guests as possible. But vessels that prioritize privacy and secrecy, like the former L-Corp branch in question, will never do so. You know, I wonder how that L-Corp branch, like, distributes its power. This might be our actual first chance at looking at what a power distribution system looks like, which I know is like the nerdiest thing of all to want to know what it looks like. But I'm very curious how, like, electricity gets from the branches to other places. And if this one is a boat that's just a power plant. So the Lobotomy Corp branch they're looking for is kind of like a treasure ship, huh? There's got to be a black market out there for people willing to pay big money for its coordinates. Impressive deduction. Also, unlike normal coordinates, variable coordinates are composed of lengthy and encrypted codes. Therefore, vessels sailing across the Great Lakes start by entering the variable coordinates of their destination. Based on that information, said vessels will follow a certain route charted via the automated navigation system that periodically confirms the current location of their destination. Wow, that's a lot of big words! Honolulu, I love you. So basically, like, if we enter the information we got from Mr. Pilot here, we can somehow find our way to the Lobotomy Corp branch? Yeah, I guess. It's useless in the waters of the outskirts, beyond the borders of U-Corp. Thank you for answering my question, Ismail. I was going to ask whether this is all just the U-Corp lake, or if this is how every coastal corporation works. Indeed, but the Lobotomy Corp branch is within U-Corp's borders. We will have no trouble analyzing the vessel's travel patterns as long as we have its variable coordinates. Gotcha. Then let's get a move on. Yisong and Sinclair nodded with determination, while the other sinners followed suit and hurried on. Though I didn't catch a clear view, I think Ismail nodded too. Alright. So we are going to be leaving Marlinport then, it seems like, which I'm very glad about. Because Marlinport, gotta say, not really what I'm looking for here. Like, it's a very generic cyberpunk city, and, like, wow, it's another story missing in a row. Ice cream. You're getting so many of these. But, you know, in preparation for the next, like, actual mission, I think I'm going to try, because I got the Twin Hook Pirate guy last time. Gonna try leveling him up a little bit, and he's gonna get to go with us now. Just out of curiosity, what are them? Okay, so I'm betting for the next excavation, because we've already heard about excavation 5 coming sometime soon, is probably also, interestingly, this one's only going up 5 levels instead of 3. We're probably going to get a 38 sometime. Probably just going to mean we're going to get more training ticket 4s. Anyways, back to the story. We made our way past the mountains of shipping containers and back to where we first docked. I saw Virgilus and Charon on the beach watching us approach. The latter of the two was clearly suffering from crushing boredom. Charon ate ice cream. It was cold but disappeared fast. Poor Charon. That's clearly the worst thing that's ever happened at this port. Did it not have the putrid scent of the sea? Putrid? Charon does not know what that means. 'Tis a flavor not unlike licking a fish. Blonde girl licks fish, funny taste. Charon, shudder. Something's happened by the looks on your faces. Explain. Allow me to explain. Upon our arrival at the promised location, that is none of my concern. I only want to know what intel you have learned, and make it short. We know where the Golden Bow is. It's in a Lobotomy Corp branch in the middle of the Great Lake. Of course it's in a Lobotomy Corp branch. Did you learn anything else? We obtained its variable coordinates. I know what you're about to say. That's it? That's all you got, or something? But just listen to the trouble we went through, too. No, that's good enough. Almost makes me want to applaud you all. Oh my. Virgilus, there was... I know exactly what you're about to tell me. I'll deal with it. Stay out of this. Huh? What is he about to say? I'd like to know what he's going to deal with. You look impatient, Ismail. I see that our earlier consultation did not ease your anxiety. Of course not. I don't even know what's happening with my mission. We're waddling blindly through a misty sea. Yet here we are, shoving our noses in everything, everywhere. It's driving me up the wall. Ismail, you're the one who shoved us in the nose. Excuse me, I messed up my words. Ismail, you're the one who subbed the... You're the one who's killing people. If anyone is throwing us into a situation, it's you. You're the one. Ha, relax. You must know that no path is ever direct in the Great Lake. I did not expect this much lack of patience from someone who spent most of her life here. Can I assume the mess you've left the manager's shoulder in is also a consequence of your impatience? That's... well, clearly an unintentional mistake. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be sitting before me with your throat intact. Why do you fail to look further, Ismail? By now you must have realized what awaits you at the end of this journey. That contract clause you're so impatient about is bound to make an appearance as long as you follow the manager's peculiar misadventures. Your combative attitude against the manager will only delay that inevitability. It happened 4 times. That's not a very big sample. Well, I'm good at reading these trends. If you're so sure about it, then fine. I won't let frustration get the better of me. I won't step out of line, not any more than necessary. Ismail, you keep changing your mind at this point. I don't even care anymore. I would have fired you 70 times over at this point. Like, anyone else could do what you do. We could even hire, like, Smee to do this. We just need someone who can sail. Ismail, what happened, happened. You will still have to write up a form explaining your actions and the circumstances surrounding them. Faust, I love you, but that is not the time for that kind of bureaucratic talking right now. Gladly. As long as the guide is right. Have you brought us any ice cream by any? Bother not. I was merely curious of the famed ice cream of Marlin Port. I shall board the busboat post-haste. Poor Yi-song. I appreciate the effort, Yi-song. Your appreciation is more than enough. Why am I not developing a crush on Yi-song, too? He's not going to answer me anyways, but what were you two up to? Dante is asking a meaningless question. Shut up, Faust. Don't let them rub off on you, Dante. What, was I actually supposed to bring a tub of whale ice cream for everyone? I mean, I would have liked it. That sounds nice. Would have gone appreciated. Game, stop not responding. Okay, next combat level, meaning it is time to fight on, presumably on the water, unless we get a from anything's possible, but I am doubting it's gonna be anything new. 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, so we are probably going to end up finishing this pretty darn quickly then.
준비는 끝났습니다. 명령 대기.
Ooh, we are back on the ocean. Good, good, good. New places. Meaning the Marlin Port section is not going to be very long. So, Ismail, the lobotomy court branch is still a ways away. Why don't you rest up a bit while you can? That's what we always do anyway. Or at least let me take the next shift. I've done my fair share of night. Yawn watches. Frigger's yawn betrayed his confidence. Ismail didn't care. She wasn't going to move from her station anyway. Ismail looked like she was waiting for something to happen. Or maybe she was deathly afraid of something. She didn't move. She did not even for a second, leave the telescope, courtesy of Rain, most likely, installed on the modified Mephistopheles. That's a good attitude, Swampy. It's been a long-held belief that letting your guard down is like letting your let your comrades down. I asked Otis her thoughts out of curiosity, but she simply replied that Virgilus had already acted upon the matter. The executive manager would not take action, that was that. He also explained that while she would not hesitate to clash with Ismail again, should the need arise, he would not continue this pointless tussle that only lowered the team's morale. I guess that's good enough. But we're in the middle of a lake. And as long as we stick to the laws of the Great Lake, I don't see us getting... There, ahead! Ismail suddenly got up and hurried into the cabins as though she noticed something through the telescope. Attacked by any... My bad. Time to drift again, Redhead? It's too late to change course. That trick won't help us here. They went through the trouble of hiding themselves in an artificial fog of war. We're obviously their target. It's a matter of time before they catch up with this ship, now that they know our location. Deal with them as you will. Manager, permit us to board their ship. Are you sure that boarding their ship is the best course of action if we want to save our ship? According to my experience, yes. Okay, I'll leave it to you then. I hope you'll continue to make wise choices like that. I sighed with him along now. With that, we're going along with her. With that, I took a few steps behind the other sinners and watched her. We'll hook their ship with harpoons, force them into a melee range. Someone grab the helm and turn it on my signal. Did somebody just fall? Oh my god, I didn't get an alert, but apparently, 34 minutes ago, right at the start of the stream, with me. Glitters, if you are still here by any chance, thank you very much, I really appreciate that. That is very kind. Then someone should be on standby, ready to shut the engines off at the right moment. Hey you, bring some extra rope. You, wait for a signal inside the wheelhouse. Ismail's explanations were rapid and confident. Otis nodded along affirmatively. The other sinners were quick to follow their instructions. Watching Ismail throw a razor-sharp harpoon towards the pirate ship, I started to feel that something was off. There they were, the sinners, working so well together like clockwork. Underneath all that, maybe all that mattered to them was their own goals. I mean, if it works, it works. It's not like the corporation's goals are anything good. They're just the corporation's goals. Cares what they are. I was wondering if all the time I spent thinking and hoping and contemplating about our futures together were pointless. This thought lingered for a while in my head. Maybe. Anyways, we're just going straight into combat after this? Okay. Okay, this guy is a bit under level, but he is struggling. I'll just get him on defense. Ismail starting us off very well. And defense managed to block. Deeply appreciated. Did you win your class? You did, although I didn't get a chance to see you. Hope you're doing good down there. You trigger. This has been a very long time since I've had a new Gregor idea. This very first Gregor I ever got. Just haven't had it now. But he's unopposed this turn, so he should be completely safe. either one wave or two. Assume wave. Either way, I'm pretty glad that despite being behind land, we're still win our pirate dude. Because they might just some of the first dudes. I am very happy with eliminating. Absolutely nothing wrong morally. Thank you for clearing it up, Isan. You are best. Okay, yep, there is indeed a second wave. You get your bullets back at the end of in between waves. I've never thought to check because I didn't really using you until I was out of wave-based battles. The problem with having a duo look like an ID that looks like one of the enemies, you end up with situations you can't tell if you're winning or losing a match because like everybody in because both guys look exactly the same. There we go, that's this battle. Really hoping that we get rematch, if you will, or we can actually kill her, because at this point, like, we've made enemies, and these pirates seem to be pretty much the worst, so let's dispatch them. It's not every day that we get to properly fight a syndicate, right? Also, interestingly, wow, yeah, this, I think, is one of the only real times that we actually, like, see exact on the map is representing actually where we are. But this is, like, literally our precise locations at every time. That's when we crossed over from one area to another, between the two boats, got to the kidnapper, into the club, down into the underground room of the club, getting through the club, leaving the club, back to the surface, leaving this area, and then crossing straight on over Ink Zone. You're like actually exactly where we are on the map, and I think that's awesome.
명령 대기.
Okay, seems like we get more story at the end. Fine by me. Our version of fire lost that class. Okay, they get the unopposed this time. Alright, decent hit. We got some good people staggered. One there. Everyone's staggered except for the tough pirates. Yeah, they're tough, and they're Macioed, and they're Bandano. Okay, yeah, nobody's doing anything this turn. One of them did. The other one.
저희가 이길 것 같아요.
Now there's one guy who was panicking. Just out of curiosity, what is your panic activity? Just do less damage, okay. Not particularly impressive. Significant amount.
씹는 맛이 있는데?
나이스 하나
And also, let's get you to use your ego, because that's always very helpful in craft.
자신 있어?
High class power does damage to people. Not even counting its died. I'll go with it. Using the annoying. Particular.
사살.
I've cut it. Actually do more damage with your other attack.
어떻게 자신 있어? 씹는 맛. 개구는 쓸 것이.
개체가 정말.
Alright, there we go. You crafty bastards, we're gonna board your ship first.
우리가 좀 바빠서 말이야.
We got places to be, things to do, okay? Now answer my question. Lie and flap your gums meaninglessly, and I'll tear the lid of your mugs. Speak. Who sent you plunkers after us? We can't let someone who dare to lay a finger on our first mate leave in one piece. You very breath brings shame to our syndicate. Captain Hook's orders, you won't leave her alone. Huh, ain't that bloody marvelous? So good camaraderie. So what did I say about flapping your gums meaninglessly? God, think you're threatening us? We're tender for you stupid sons of bachelors. Sons of bachelors. Fascinating. And you know, real feminism win here. That in this far off the future city, the blame for people being cities is moved to the father rather than the mother. It's not sons of bitches anymore, sons of bachelors. That's a real win. What a bunch! Share their first mate's life and the thanks we get? Think this is what Smee meant, that we'll regret it if we... No. Your juvenile whining, that's not from same. Huh? When all of your men dead, consumed, manipulated, and led into a meat grinder by a collective insanity of a mad woman, you're left in that void from that heart. Wait, and when you realize that your heart continues to beat because it's so desperately, pathetically clinging on to life, despite all that, that's when you feel true shame. Wait, looking at the sorry state of your boat, I can hazard you have no clue what you're doing out here. Spare me, I'll tell you what you need to know. I'll even put in a good word to the boss man for you. Nothing to lose here, I'll ask you to put in a good word if you'll kill me. Am I getting through ye? Spare me, just sail out of this lake with your... Ha! I'm tired of listening to these inane, meaningless pleas. That was the last one, right? Let's go back to our ship. The ship was still as death. Its sails fluttered a forlorn dance in the winds. Alright. In the total accountment of damage to the world, we have now destroyed one pirate ship. That's Probably not positive, I'd say. These guys seem like they're one of the worst groups on the sea, so taking their sip from them is probably going to overall help.
개화였구려.
Seems like it was a particularly valuable sip, either. It's not like we're losing any real technology. So what level was this? Is this 17, 18? This is 18. Alright, it's another battle, and coming up after this is then going to be the final battle of the currently released portions of this Canto. Here we are. So something's been bothering me. Wasn't it weird how they all seemed so certain that if we kept going this way, we'd run into some other huge disaster? It is nothing of note, Manager. It is but a byproduct of their firm belief in their advantage over us. I have observed an oddity, however. They'd installed numerous spikes on the lower side of their ship's hull. Not for ramming into other vessels. I have heard that such tactics were occasionally used in naval combat. They were installed far too low in the water to be useful as means of ramming another ship. It can be extrapolated from the metal's level of corrosion, where the spikes, concentrated on the keel of the boat, have been installed recently. How did you see the keel of the boat? The water was clearer up close than it appeared from a distance. Maybe they were trying to stop something from climbing up the ship? Can't imagine any fistwould swim blindly to the keel of a boat. They're not birds crashing into windows. Or maybe it was nothing. You know how superstitious pirates can be. But if it's like a good luck charm... maybe we should let Assistant Manager Pilot tag along. Know anything about this, Frau Faust? No pertinent information has been updated. The most we could do is ensure that we do not violate any laws of the Great Lake. Thus continued our journey to the Lobotomy Corp branch with the various coordinates Pilot gave us. Paranoia of the unknown weighing heavily on our shoulders. After an indeterminate amount of time. Otis, we will have to steer the ship portside. What? Otis, who was looking out ahead from the bow of the ship, whipped around. Whatever Faust said seemed to have hit her unexpectedly. Hey, it hasn't been an hour since you told us that we'll have to cross this zone in a straight line. We are falling short of our target speed. At our current rate, we will be struck by the next zone's waves as soon as we exit here. Is that the damned law of the zone? Indeed. Though our encounters with the pirate was rapidly resolved, we still fell behind schedule. The variable coordinates now point to a different route. How much time are we going to have to waste here? According to the variable coordinates, the necessary roundabout path will cost us 3 more days. Huh. Otis bit her lip of discontent before suddenly turning in my direction. Hey, question? What are people eating? Like, do we have food on this ship? Because I've noticed we've been working on this ship for an awful long time. Executive Manager, I have a genius plan. A plan that will not only accelerate this operation, but also increase the chances of securing and rescuing the lives of the LCCB agents. Oh my god, hi Dork, how you doing? How's it going? And congratulations on getting first. If we were to waste 3 more days at sea, then there is very little guarantee for their well-being. Also, by the way, is my microphone working at all? I forgot mine, so I'm using somebody else's right now. How's the audio quality? Well, what's the plan? We keep going forward. It do be fine? Good, thank you. With that, Otis slowly raised the acceleration lever. Also, Otis! Please stop driving! Every time you do anything, it ends terribly. Please just never do anything. What? Are you nuts? We'd be sailing right into the waves, you know that?
파도에 대해서는
I
나도
know
들은
what the
것들이
waves are, Swabby. I'm not as ignorant of the Great Lake as you might think.
네
You've had
녀석도
plenty of experience weathering and conquering waves as well, haven't you?
그야 당연하죠.
Yeah? But that's because they were unavoidable. Because we lacked enough information to take the roundabout path. I've never sailed knowingly into the waves before.
하지만
But you still prevailed, didn't you?
심지어
And
지금처럼
that was when you didn't have someone to bring you back. I say this is well within our
우리가 충분히
capabilities.
더불어
Besides, there's the added benefit of accelerating our mission and the higher probability of the rescue of the executive manager and a few underlings wanted.
이스마일.
It was clear to me that you, Ismail, weren't so happy with how slow our progress has been. What is it? Did you suddenly gain a yearning for a 3-day sunbathing break? Instead of responding to Otis's sarcastic remark, Ismail squinted in the direction the boat was speeding in. The tides, the odor, the speed, the color, that lake over there is the blue whirling lake of muck and murk and fish reek. I haven't suffered its waves before, but I know many ships that have. Many of them are now lying at the bottom of that lake. Fine, as long as we don't join them. But what if we just went to take a quick look, and if we feel like it's too much for us, we can go back the way we came from, right?
다시 돌아간다고요?
Stan, Issy.
호수에는 왔던 길로 되돌아간다는
Yes,
개념이
ma'am. She's
없단
been pretty good
말이에요.
so far this chapter. Go back There's no such thing as going back in this lake!
어떻게 할까요, 단테?
Your decision, Dante. Let's try Otis's plan. Dante, you're stupid.
구역의 경계를 넘어
Understood. Crossing the zone's borders to the target lake. You've got to be kidding me. Otis, you better be right. As soon as those words left Ismail's mouth, there's a flash in the sky. Thunder? Oh, we're at the place from the trailer, I think. It's really starting to pour.
태풍의 눈깔.
We're in the eye of the storm. Wait, but the sky was clear just moments ago. How could this... Oh, come on, Dante. You know how districts of the Great Lake work.
이미 파도가 밀려왔던
It's split up based on the dividing line. The waves are already here, manager. That was an entertaining display. Saron, this seems like a good opportunity to test that function. Wow, we've never had this kind of perspective before. That's very neat. Also extremely different art style than we've ever seen before. Okay, switching door mode. Excuse me, what's going on? When reality began to sink in, what had happened to what happens to, and what will happen to everyone and everything that has entered the lake without preparation for what's to come. What should we do now, Ismail? There's this adage that every greenhorn... Time to get wild! Hi, X-Strike HD, how are you doing? There's an adage that every greenhorn sailor of the Great Lake hears before they set their first sail. There is but one thing you can count on if you find yourself in an unfamiliar lake whose waves are alien to you. A colossal wave rises to its crest before us. Sick! Ready your weapons if you want to delay the inevitable. If not your suffering prowess, far-seeing eyes of a bond between you and your mate. Ooh, I think we have seen this in the trailer, yes. Many sailors failed to endure this trial, and instead choose to become sacrifices to the depths of the lake. Huh? Something's climbing onto our ship? Yep, this is definitely the thing from the trailer. Trust... Oh, they're saying it in synchronized. That's awesome. Trust nothing but your own resolve to hold steadfast in the face of horror, in the face of calamity. Though the raging lake may remain indifferent to the will of your meager existence. I thought there was going to be more to it than that, but whoa, cool. Favorite.
탈출 개체 확인.
But gotta check what this guy's actual name is. Interestingly, they are not abnormalities. They are whale mermaids. Absolutely fascinating. I've heard to a mermaid before, but I say, I thought they'd look a bit more human than that. That's pretty darn not a person. Interesting, that seems like the guy who is the character, the one that those things are changed to. I take damage when one dies. Okay, we got a bigger one. It's still just called Whale Mermaid. Also, what are these attacks called? Damp Strike, Clutch of the Waves, Shrieking Waves. And Vomit Froth, Claw, Water Jet. Interesting. I'm gonna go this and that. I believe would be the ideal. So we are doing some level of damage to these guys. If I go guy complete, wow, that did a lot of damage. Nothing on the big one. But as for the so we can always start with a little one, so you get big one if need be. Damage it at all. Not really, no. We're not even parrying it, like getting it. It is our mouse, so I can't manually, but I'm just gonna hope that this multi-hit attack does something to it. It doesn't seem like anyone is willingly hitting it at all. Well, we cleared out the regular enemies, so I'm sorry, got a bit obsessively worried about things. This is actually fine. Like basic one hit. Alright, well I panicked over nothing. Whoopsie doopsie. No words come to mind to rightly describe that creature. The unfathomable entities inhabiting the depths of the lakes are called whales, and those that emerge from them are called mermaids. Okay, very, very interesting world building. Thank you very much for that, Ismail. So in that case, there's like, basically everything is either a whale or a mermaid then. Like, those aren't specific creatures. Anything can count as a whale and anything can count as a mermaid. That's the whale of the poorest hand. I was really hoping to avoid that one. Okay. Is that one of the whales they were talking about at Ucore? Do mermaids raid ships too? I heard about them once as a child, but these don't look anything like how they did in books. Mermaids. I still remember that horrible bedtime stories my brother used to tell me about them. So they make perfumes out of these things. Virgie, isn't this a good time for you to lend us a hand for once? Really? That's the guy who practically spectated like a bystander when we got slaughtered back at K-Corp. He didn't even blink. He did wave at us though. Hangul, I love you. But I couldn't wave back because my wrists were getting snapped in half. Of course, I won't sit idly by as Mephistopheles sinks, if it ever comes to that. But know that I will take action only under a very particular set of circumstances, in which all of you are decimated, the enemies have crushed the manager's head, and are about to tear the hands off that clock. So in other words, no time in actual gameplay. Are you serious right now? Dante, can't allow them to take the company's precious assets right before my eyes now, can I? So I'm afraid that you won't see me step in before every single one of you are dead. Come on, Virgilus, I've read Leviathan. I know how strong you are, please do something. Mr. Guide, are you really as good as they say? If the stories about you were just told tales, you know. No, do not. Yeah, that's just not. Two previous victims of Virgil interjected, albeit in hollow voices, to rebut Radia's rather dangerous remark. So either take them out, welcome them aboard with open arms, or whatever. I'm leaving it up to all of you. That's Virgie for. Alright, last level of the Canto.
근육이 신나서 날뛰는 건 더 해치울 거 없어? 난
If
이제
what I've heard
시작인데.
about it is correct, that is. Well, as it turns out, I won't even need any of the excess energy I had saved up.
정리 시간이다.
Literally all be worth nothing. Oh, fine by me.
좋아. 얼른 끝내고 밥 먹으러 가.
Yes. 4 goddamn waves. Okay, this is going to be interesting. If only because I'm not sure if we're going to be a completion bonus. And when they're classing that hard, the bonus is waiting at all 10 turns. If we're going to take this long, it's going to get better as the game goes, of course, but that's a lot of waves. Especially if any of them have like the boss guys. This could easily get very, very brutal. You know, I'm actually not going to do that because I think there's a high enough possibility that someone else is going to fight the class. The person is fighting that apparently, so we're just boned. Okay, solid damage there. Damage split across your fist.
다소 유리하구려.
Okay, we clear out the first wave in, what is that? Second wave indeed has one of the big fists. But that's fine for now. Let's lose an ego hit.
바람구멍을 내주지.
We just need to do damage as quickly as possible. Fatality on turn 1. That's what kind of vehicle we need. Because it really seems like nobody targets the big guy until you've cleared out all the regular dudes. This means it is all about just get dead as fast as you can. Maybe this is a because it doesn't seem like they're behaving this guy. That's another one. We are progressing faster, but I'm still not sure if it's going to be possible to even 10 turns. That's the rate we're going. If we can't beat this guy's turn, I definitely think it's going to be possible. Being said, we seem like we will beat this guy. Oh, but goddamn, that guy's running very fast out of bullets. Now we have 3 or 4. There are 2 big ones. Flash them pretty easily. Get some turn 1 ego to you. But still, this is getting around.
자신 있어? 다시 못살게 구는 일은 없을 것이야. 이거 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아.
표적.
This is like the first that has been actually like even not because I have the actual game that we're going to use, because I'm not sure if we can turn it. Like, we basically beat all these guys in this turn. And I'm... Okay, well, if Faust can do that, then I think we're gonna be pretty good. Yeah, okay, we should be able to clear this all in 10 turns, although that is going to be very... We basically just need this guy this turn, assuming there's no curveballs on the next turn we should... Really need this idea, so... Okay, we got him staggered, that's definitely going to help. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, people. Very good job.
나이스. 즐겼다.
It's a very nice butt. We got that ego. They think it would actually be worse to have you use ego. It's very rarely worse for you to use ego, though, so I'm going to let you.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Holy, that is a very solid hit. Maybe it's because I've only recently properly did these guys, but I'm used to characters just having 100 damage.
제압 완료.
Just, that's a lot more than I'm used to doing. Okay, Harder Block Star, we're kind of counting on you here. We do as much as you can. That was a pretty solid hit. Can't turn it down. I think one of our guys is stacked up. That's definitely not what... Yeah, that's not good. Very bad as well. Oh, no. Captured it. I believe if we win this turn and or next turn, we should be able to take him. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. They wanted one more ego. Should be.
모든 결과 하우스트가 알아요.
Getting rough. I don't know if it was that's the only thing. I mean, we'll get very close this time, but I don't think we're gonna be able to. Oh.
확인 사살. 오, 좋다 한테. 완전 좋았어.
Definitely close though. Oh. And he's coming with the coins. Darn. Just barely we're going to beat them on turn 10. Does that count? Is it 10 turns or is it 10? I don't remember. That is insanely close. And we knocked the hand back out, so we do indeed win. That, I presume, is the final boss of the chapter. Screech! How many left? None. Then this is the last one. There was something off about those mermaids that crawled out of the whale. A feeling of not so different from looking at an abnormality or a distortion. Fascinating. Mermaids, were they human once? I guess I should have explained better. Not every creature that lives in the depths of the Great Lake are called whales. Whales specifically refer to everything in the Great Lake that can parasitize humans. Fascinating. And whales give birth to mermaids. And where do mermaids come from? Well, you see, Dante, when a mother mermaid and a father mermaid have a baby,
파도에 밀려온
they're
고래의
people devoured by whales that came with the waves. There's no guarantee that we won't meet the same fate.
알겠죠?
See? Now you know why you could turn the clock all day and fail to bring us back. You see, the waves will be unrelenting, unabating. And Ismail had already weathered and braved. Hey Holly, oh my god, hi Clover, been forever. Ismail had already braved and weathered and braved these endless crashing waves. We're starting to snap, strand by strand.
내게는
I have a mission
반드시
that I
이뤄야
can't
할
fail.
목표가 그걸 방해하는
And I'll
것들은
kill everything that stands in my way. Okay, calm down, Issy.
곤두박질
Even
치면서
if I were to
부서지는 한이
stumble,
있더라도
even if every part of me were to fall apart, I'll see it through to the end.
신념과
Determined and ferocious, both good attitudes to have when setting sail on an adventure.
나쁘지 않은 준비물이지.
Is that?
본격적인 항해.
Because our voyage is just getting started. However, I believe that's the end of this demo. Yep. Yep, that looks pretty large distance we have to cross. That's gonna be a while. And with that, you leave. Yep, that's okay. Yep, that's that battle.
이 순간을
And yep, we will not be able to play the rest for a insane, ridiculous 2 days. So in the meantime, I'm going to try a little bit more Gatsing, because that's great luck. Last time I did this game, there's another 3 pulls. Too humongous. Nothing. Don't fail me now. Nothing. One more. Just one more. Then okay, we really are getting out of here. Never. And then,
고요한 밤이야.
do we get anything more on the battle pass? Nope. Nothing else here either.
적당하지.
Alright then, gang. It has been a very fun stream. I have had a great time so far. But I think I've got to end it off here, because we have literally finished everything in this game until it gets an update in 2 days. So I'll see you in give or take 2 days. Bye! Oh, so I'm gonna quickly see if there's any raiding to do. Because... oh, yep! One of my friends is indeed alive right now. So, let me get you all to /raid. Alright, I thank you all very much for stopping by, really appreciate it, and I should see you all sometime soon. In the meantime, I forget what my outro is supposed to be. We're just raiding straight over. Bye, guys.